Awesome. Guys, just a humble request. You guys can go on mute for a few minutes. Um, First of all, thanks a lot for joining this D2C webinar series, which is being organized by Qoruz. We have been running quite a number of D2C centric webinar series focusing on D2C marketers. And this is our second series. This is our second webinar out of that series. And this time we are discussing about retention marketing specific to D2C industry, right? And I am Arun Prakash, and I'll be the host for today. I represent this brand called Qoruz. Qoruz, just to give you a precise intro, Qoruz is an influencer marketing platform, and it helps brand marketers to collaborate with influencers for their campaigns. I mean, to say, right from figuring out the right set of influencers for your product, contacting them, whatever things required for the contacting, the contact details or whatever, connecting with them for negotiation or deliverables, and even measuring a campaign once this is executed. If all these processes you can do with the software, and that's what Qoruz is about, right? And for today, I'm having Rohan Chaudhary. Just a quick intro about Rohan, so all of you guys are clear about our speaker. So Rohan Chaudhary is an alumnus of Indian Institute of Management, Ranchi, and he holds an MBA. After graduation, he joined Bear Anatomy, which is now called as Innovist, as a performance marketer. Gradually, he started focusing on retention marketing, and he has developed all marketing initiatives in retention domain from the scratch during his time with Bear Anatomy. And one awesome thing is that recently he won 30 under 30 retention marketing award by Economic Times Brand Equity. That's about Rohan in precise. And before I kind of hand over the thing to Rohan, I'll try to set the agenda clear for the attendees. This is going to be an 1 hour session. Rohan will be delivering his insights about retention marketing, his learnings, his experiences, his hacks, whatever he has tried in the previous times. For another 40 minutes, I would request you guys to please be on mute for those 40 minutes. Any questions, any clarifications, any use cases, or any experiences that you want to clarify with Rohan, either related to what he's going to talk now or in generic you want to have, please save it for the last 15-20 minutes, which we will exclusively have for where you can address one-on-one with Rohan. So the flow of Rohan will get undisturbed. So please mute yourself for the next 40 minutes, but feel free to show your face in the camera so Rohan can be more interactive when he's doing the session. I think I'm done. Rohan, just over to you.
Thank you so much, Arun. Thank you so much, Arun, for the kind introduction. And thank you to all the attendees for joining. It's a pleasure to share all the insights on retention. So just to give a brief context, I have been kind of working in the retention marketing space in D2C for over a year. And through today's session, I'll try to deliver as much insights, as much strategies as possible, the kind of learnings I have done over a year. So I'll try to deliver all of it through this 40-minute session. So I'll just like to present my screen and present a kind of PPT kind of thing that will be a kind of a directional way from like where we are going. So I'll just present my screen. I think Arun, can you grant me screen sharing access? I think I don't have that. Meanwhile, I've kind of kept the whole content of the presentation very strategic, or I mean, very generic, because retention as a topic is kind of taking. It's like it's a very nascent that's right now, and a lot of people don't know about it. So I've kind of made it beginner friendly, as well as I've kind of delved into some of the advanced concepts. And if some of you here are working on retention and wants to know more about specific deep level strategies, I'd be happy to answer that in the Q&A part. I'll just present my screen and we can get started.
Sorry for interruption, Rohan. Could you please allow us to record this video, or you can
Yeah,
go
I think Arun is recording the session, and I think he will be providing you with the recording. I think Arun.
Thank you.
Are you guys able to see my screen? Because right now I'm not able to see you guys. So I'll just start.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, thank you. So I'll talk about how do you leverage retention marketing to improve your customer LTV. Speak about LTV. LTV is basically lifetime value of the customer, or basically how much revenue can you generate from a customer in the lifetime. So I'll give you a brief overview about what we'll be talking about. First, we'll be talking about the art of retention marketing, as in what is retention marketing, how do you plan your retention marketing campaigns, what are the tech stacks. But one of the critical parts of the session is what are the tech stacks that you will need to achieve your retention marketing goals. Then I'll talk about some of the learnings in my retention journey, or like retention marketing journey, what I have done. I'll talk a little bit about segmentation and personalization and how you can like do that. Then the first part will be the basic beginner level retention marketing strategies that should be there in all the D2C brands. Then I'll talk about retention marketing 2.0. Like after you have completed the first step towards retention marketing, what else can you do? So that is retention marketing 2.0. And then we'll talk about the next big thing that is coming in retention marketing. So these are the three areas which I would like to cover. So I'll start with the present scenario of retention marketing. I mean, what is happening right now? So just 3-4 months, couple of back, people were like hiring acquisition performance marketers, and everyone was focusing on acquisition, and they were all like, you will grow through acquisition. So acquisition and performance marketing, performance ads was one of the key drivers for growth for all D2C brands. But now, since the after the crash and with the bear run has started, and people have started focusing on retention now, and they have started to invest heavily on retention marketing, so retention professionals, they're heavily investing on retention marketing to improve their retention metrics. When I say about retention metrics, one of the top level metrics which D2C brands do follow is repeat revenue. So one of like how the you if you can measure performance of D2C brands is by revenue. So one of the top level metrics is repeat revenue. Then they also kind of focus on cohort level revenues, cohort level metrics and everything, which I'll talk to about later. Now, let's talk about why should you care about retention. Same acquisition costs are getting higher day by day, and retention marketing is basically churning out more revenue from your existing users through creative marketing. That is what retention marketing is. And if you're not doing retention marketing, you're basically leaving money on a table. If a customer has liked your product, and if you're not nudging them to kind of buy them again, so definitely you're leaving money on a table. You're definitely kind of spending so much money on your acquisition. I mean, it's right now it's more than your average order value. I mean, technically half of the D2C brands are kind of losing money on their first order. So it's very important that you kind of look at retention as a core growth function in your organization. So when I talk about retention marketing, it's basically marketing to the already acquired users with the help of email, SMS, WhatsApp, push notification, with the objective of getting them a repeat purchases, or with the objective of retaining them. So this is essentially retention marketing in D2C. It's so the in retention marketing there are a lot of so it's not a hack. It's the once after you set up the whole retention marketing piece, you'll have to continuously iterate different kinds of communication, different types of strategies and everything to kind of gain incremental revenue from your retention marketing initiatives. I'll talk more about it later. So basically, if you talk about retention marketing, so generally as brands, so you can work on two parts. One is you improve your product, you make your product in like one is product innovation. if you make a product, your product is so good that people just come and purchase. They're just dying to use your product. Another is that how do you creatively market your product again and again so that people come and buy. So there are two parts of it, parts for it. The product innovation part, I'll not talk about it, since every different brands have different kinds of products and they know how do they make their product better. But today I'll talk about how do you creatively market to the existing set of users so that they can come and they make a purchase from you. So, to plan an effective retention marketing, or basically retention marketing communication strategy, you need to be you need to have a good understanding of customer journey. Now, what do I mean by customer journey? Let me help you. Let me help you understand with an help of example. Like suppose if you're selling a shampoo, like I used to work for a brand called Bio Anatomy, and they used to sell shampoo, and we made the product in such a way that it will the product usage was 30 days. So I mean we knew ki in 30 days the product will end. If a person is using regularly, the product will end in 30 days. So we knew the point at which we wanted to kind of nudge them to reorder. That was 30 days. So that is how you need to understand what's the customer journey. I mean, what is the average usage life of your product, and why will the customer kind of reorder from you? And you also need to understand how do you communicate with the customers at the right moment, as in when to use the right channels, as in when should you do email, when should you do SMS, when should you do WhatsApp. I mean, you cannot spam your customers every day through WhatsApp notifications. I mean, WhatsApp is a really hot channel right now, but once a month WhatsApp is good, but you cannot really. But email is something, if you want to kind of if you want to send out newsletter, then email is the best channel. So you need to also understand how do you communicate with the users with the right channel at the right moment. So I'll kind of explain it everything to you with the help of example. So this is the typical kind of customer journey which we have kind of laid out. So once retention marketing starts after you have acquired the user, not before that. Uh, so suppose once the user have kind of acquired, once a customer has come and placed the order. Now, how do you kind of creatively market them so that they come and make the next purchase? So I'll give you an example. I'll take the same company by Anatomy and kind of take an example. Suppose you have bought a shampoo. So then I'll kind of uh, between the time between order placed and order delivered, we'll check. I mean, suppose that typically the shipping time takes around 5 to 6 days. So we'll kind of send them FAQs on how to use the product. Now, if the FAQs are general, then we send an email. But if the FAQs are very specific and customer needs to know to get the maximum efficacy of the product, if the customer needs to know the FAQs, then you send it through WhatsApp. And when you do that, people kind of customers think, okay, the brand really cares about solving this problem, and they are kind of helping me with some valuable FAQ so that I can use the product effectively. So this is one of the kind of communication you can do. After the order gets delivered, you kind of set up an automation flow. 15 days, like suppose like by what time users will kind of understand if the product is working for them or not. I mean, for us it was 15 days. So after 15 days you kind of send a communication to them, be it a WhatsApp message, be it an email, asking the review for the product. So we used to generally send a WhatsApp message, hey, you have been using the shampoo, I would love to know the review about your product. Some used to send very good reviews. Some used to say that it's not working for it. So for people who are telling that for people who kind of had good reviews, we were happy. But for people who for them the product is not working, we had kind of set up a customer support team for WhatsApp. And they used to kind of handle every bad review case to case and kind of try to solve the problem as to why the product was not working for them and how they can better use the product. So that is one point where you can kind of prevent the users like from churning out. Like generally users are not dissatisfied users. They just stop using the product and they're not keen to kind of give bad review and kind of help you make the product better. So you need to proactively go and ask them, did you like the product? If no, then why not? So you solve the customer's problem then and there. Then after, like when you know the product is about to get over, you kind of nudge them again, asking them if they would like to reorder. Reorder can be mail, it can be a WhatsApp ki, hey, your shampoo is your shampoo might about to get over, would you like to reorder? Here's a link, you can just click on it and make the payment and your order will be done. So this is something, this is a communication message that can be sent after 30 days after people have got the order. And if they are kind of reordering, that means they are kind of liking the product. So that is the point to kind of, you can tell them that, hey, if you really love us, if you really want us to, if you want good referral rewards and incentive for your next order, you can refer them to your friends and family. So this is a typical very basic kind of communication flow which you can kind of draw for your users after knowing the customer journey, like taking feedback, asking them to refer, asking them to reorder and everything. So this is the basic customer retention marketing journey which you can set up. Some of the common flows or journeys which are used in retention marketing is welcome communication. Card abandonment is like the most famous part. Add to cart. I mean, people are coming and adding to the cart and they are just leaving that. So how do you creatively email them, WhatsApp them so that they come and buy your product? Because if a person is adding a product to the cart, they are showing very high intent, and brand should strive to kind of convert them. Like they should, the brand should strive to convert them like in as many ways as possible. Show them ads again, show them, send them WhatsApp with discount, show them emails with UGC content and everything. So that is something, very good communication, which, if I mean, most of the brands they have, but you should definitely, if you don't have, then you should definitely implement that. One is product recommendations. Fourth is product post purchase feedbacks, which I have talked about in the previous flow. Fifth is post purchase FAQs, replenishment reminders, win backs. I mean, these are all generic flows, which, I mean, you can Google it and kind of read about it as in what these flows are. I would not delve into each of the flows. I've kind of given example of the journey, I mean, the kind of flow which you can use and the kind of communication you can put. So, now I'll talk about how do you kind of implement that flows in all of your website and everything. I mean, D2C brand, how do you implement that? So you kind of take a tool that will help you achieve that. So basically, communicating, I mean, reaching out to people through different channels is called omni-channel marketing. And today, now I'll talk about how do you kind of plan omni-channel retention marketing strategy. As in, so there are a lot of tools that helps you achieve that. Like there are Web Engage, CleverTag, Growlytics, Klaviyo, Wixo. There are a lot of tools that will kind of help you get all the data in one place and help you kind of target those users in different channels with the help of automated triggers. So I have personally used Web Engage, Growlytics, CleverTab, Klaviyo, and so that is why I'm pretty sure if you're a D2C brand, you have been approached by a omni-channel marketing tool. And yeah, so this tools, what they do is that they record and manage your customer profile and every activity they do in the website. I mean, suppose if the customer is logged in, if they are kind of watching a product page, if they are adding product to the cart, if they went through checkout, every activity will be tracked. So you can then derive insights from that important data points which you have collected, and then you can help send an automated personalized campaigns. Like suppose if a person has checked the product, so you can send them email notification, hey, you were checking this product, we are running a flash sale on this product, you can take it, if you check out within 4 hours, you will get this much discount. So that is something you can do with and this can be only achieved if you take an omni-channel marketing tool. And I've written some of the tools down there. There are many more, obviously. Now I'll talk about segmentation and personalization. So I mean, segmentation, I mean, retention marketing. So one of the mistakes generally people do is keeping a very generic message for all the users you have in your I mean, so I mean, sending a general message to every user. But but if you want to kind of maximize your output from retention marketing, you need to segment and you need to personalize for every individual. You can't treat your one-time purchasers like a loyal users, and you can't treat your good reviewers, like people who are liking your product, then with people who are not liking your product. So you want to kind of segment them into different segments, like people who have given good reviews, people who have given bad reviews, people who are kind of buying from you every month, people who are kind of buying from you every 3 to 4 months. And depending on your use cases, you would want to segment those users, kind of study their behavior, as in how they are behaving to each message, and then you personalize like the users. Then you want to personalize it. Like for example, if you kind of send a referral, like if you send a message of referral to a one-time user, they are most likely not to refer it to anyone, because they have just used the product and they don't have an opinion about the brand. They would definitely don't want to refer the product. But if you're sending a referral message to someone who have purchased from you 5 times, they are more likely to kind of refer it to you, because they will get an incentive to they will get an incentive on their next purchase, or they just love the brand and they would want to refer.
Fussy, I could see you raising for a question.
Yes, yes. Sorry for interruption, Rohan. Actually, I'm seeing in the screen that you mentioned that you don't want to send a discount campaigns who is your regular loyal purchasers. That means, is there any strategy that anyway he is our loyal customer, so no need to give any discount, just raise the maximum price?
I mean, you can, like, that should be done creatively. I mean, if you're giving similar discounts to a one-time user and similar discount to someone who is kind of purchasing it from you 5 times, so I think there should be a demarcation, as in, for people who are purchasing from you 5 times, you send them a referral message where you give them like more discount. Like suppose refer it to 2 people and get a product, and the next purchase is on us. So that is the kind of discount you want to run for loyal users, because loyal users, I think they are not driven by some discounts. They are driven by different kinds of incentives. I was able to answer your question.
Yeah, sorry for interruption again. So what will be the additional benefits for them when they are the loyal customers? So when we are not able to give the discounts to them, so what are the other benefits we are giving instead of?
I mean, I'm not saying you don't send a discount campaigns from them. I mean, so if a person has, suppose if they are loyal users and they are kind of buying from you every month, and and you want to kind of acquire users as well, and since they are loyal users, they have no problem paying your full price. So what you can do is that you can kind of like tell them ki, hey, you can refer, I mean, you can use them for a better use case. Like you can tell them ki, hey, you can refer our brand to your friends, and we give them product for, I mean, you can give them a bigger discount for something else like referral. I mean, because this discount campaigns is like very basic. So that should be reserved for people who are not that interested in your brand. For people who are loyal users, you might want to kind of sign them up for an exclusive club or something, or you need to figure out. I mean, basically, loyal users are something they can evangelize your brand. So you should use them for much more rather than sending them a discount campaign. That is what I was kind of trying to say. I mean, if you are kind of,
as per my understanding, it's like we have to create a network marketing again.
I mean, not exactly network marketing, but kind of similar to network marketing. I mean, so suppose if I love a brand and they have kind of told me if I refer 2 people or 3 people, they'll give the next, and they'll send me a gift hamper or something like my next order is free or something, recognition. I mean, India is a status-driven society, so you need to motivate them more so that they are more of a brand evangelist than just your users.
Thank you, Rohan.
Okay. So, do we have any more? Okay. Saurav said, "Thanks for naming Vixo." Are you working for Vixo, Saurav?
I work as a VP of marketing at Pixel.
Oh, nice. Community-based approach is more useful for VIP customers. Things like early access. Yeah, that's true. I mean, cool. I'll get on a discussion after I finish the questions. I'll just move forward. So an important part of segmentation is collecting first party data. Uh, Now, what do I mean by first party data? First party data is essentially you are collecting important and relevant information from users on website. Like suppose a form. So like if you're collecting an email through a pop-up in your website, that's a first party data. But just getting an email won't help you. So you need to collect more and more relevant data so that you can kind of personalize segment the users more properly. Again give my example of my previous brand of sell personalized hair, customized hair, and for that we need to know we kind of developed a quiz kind of system where you take important and relevant information like uh, scalp type, hair type, their diet, their lifestyle. So important, which will kind of help us understand the consumer better. So we kind of make the consumer take a quiz before we kind of sell them. So that and the quiz was kind of we made the quiz very beautifully. So people used to like taking the quiz. So that is how we used to smartly collect first party data, and that used to help us kind of segment the users and used to kind of send them relevant information. Like suppose if someone has a scalp which is dry, so no, we will send them FAQs or value materials accordingly, and not to kind of send them irrelevant information. And how can you collect first party data? Through sign up forms, through quizzes, and as I said, it's very important for segmenting and personalization. And I'll give you an example of, like, suppose Bioanatomy, since it's a used to sell personalized hair care, we kind of took quiz. But if you're a brand who is selling standard products, then also you can kind of implement this quiz feature or form feature to know your customers better. I mean, there's this brand called CeraVe. So they sell standardized products, but they kind of take quiz from users to kind of recommend the products to them. I mean, if you have a bunch of products and if you can set up a recommendation engine, and there are a bunch of apps that will help you. If you're on Shopify, there are a bunch of apps that will help you set up this recommendation engine, and you will get the proper data. I'll just open this CeraVe thing, and if you're able to see my screen, I'll just show you how they kind of smartly have put this quiz thing in their website. So they have kind of named this. Are you able to see my screen of?
Yes, yes, please.
So they have kind of smartly named their quiz like Skincare Solution Finder, and they are taking important details from us, like let's start with your facial. Please select and rank your like they're asking for concerns first, wrinkles and fine lines, dry skin, and they're asking for how does the skin on your face skin on your face typically feel. So they're asking, they're taking relevant data points from me, and at the end they'll ask for my email, first name, last name, email, and they'll show me results. So as a customer, I'm getting personalized recommendations from them, and as a brand, they are getting important data points for me to target. So next time they'll kind of email me. They will kind of email me based on my based on the data I've provided them. Like if suppose if I have a dry scalp type, they'll kind of send me recommendations or send me offers related to them. Yeah. Now, why should you personalize your communication? So, customers love personalization. We have personally seen, and according to McKinsey report also, personalization helps you kind of improve on your open rates, click rates, conversion rates by more than 30%. So, if I'm getting a WhatsApp message or if I'm getting an email which is very generic, I'm not that interested in that. But if a WhatsApp message contains my name or even one of my personal details, I'd be very happy to read that because I know that the message is for me. So personalization is something you should definitely think of in your communication. Uh, Cool. So
Sorry for interruption, Rohan. Could you please explain in detail, like what is like personalization?
Personalization is basically personalizing each message for every consumer. Like for example, suppose if you're a customer of Brand Anatomy, I know your name, I know your scalp type, I know your order history, I know a lot of important data points. And if I'm kind of personalizing the message for you, as in I'm writing, hey Faisal, we know you have a dry scalp type, and the weather is monsoon, so you are like more likely to face this problems. We would definitely recommend you stock up this items that will help you sail your monsoon stress free by applying this product. So this is email which is very personalized for you. So you would definitely love that recommendation. Hey, they know that this is what my they know every detail about my hair, and they are kind of helping me. I mean, they are kind of have personalized the email for me. So this is what I'm talking about personalization. Like recently, there's a post going on in Twitter where no, the McDonald's have tagged that an order has come from an hospital, and they kind of wrote a note on the back that hey, we realized that this you have ordered from a hospital. Hope everything is okay. This order is on us. And this kind of marketing strategy by McDonald's is kind of making rounds in Twitter. So this is what you want to do. You want to personalize. I mean, it doesn't matter what data points you're using for personalization, but you have to personalize in some way which is very relevant for customer data. I mean, which is very relevant for your customer. As in, the basic level of personalization is the first level of personalization is obviously adding name in the messages. Like, the level of personalization in brand item, what we used to do, we used to kind of write your name in the shampoo bottle as well. So the more you personalize as a D2C brand, the
Okay,
better
it's
it is.
like a branding.
I mean, yeah, branding. I mean, yeah. So you can kind of call it as part of like, that can be as part of branding. So these are some of the key insights which, while working in the retention marketing, these are like the quick hacks which you can kind of put in your retention marketing campaigns, which will kind of help you generate more revenue in the retention marketing initiatives. And some of these are like kind of more popular right now. When we used to do it, WhatsApp was not a very popular channel, but right now WhatsApp is like it's a must-have for all the D2C brands. So WhatsApp was the best channel for us. Like while I was working in the retention marketing domain, it has 100% open rates, and you can take direct feedback from the customers. Another campaign hack, what we kind of discovered is that the campaign performance increases by 50% when you send multiple reminders. So suppose if you're running a sale campaign, don't just stop by sending only one reminder, I mean, one notification to the user. I mean, there are a lot of times when people kind of miss out on the notifications. So I definitely suggest if you are kind of running a sale campaign or any kind of campaign which you know is would which the users will love, I'd suggest you to send multiple reminders, at least two reminders. And I have seen if you are sending multiple reminders, the campaign kind of boosts up in the performance. For like example, if you're running a sale, if you're running a 40% off sale, and we know who customers will buy, and if we are running it for 2 days, so send the notification for both the days, and you'll see that the performance has increased. And the third is personalized communication, which I've already talked about. Uh, then let's talk about the next phase of retention. That is the things I have talked about are like very generic in nature, and a lot of brands are doing it. So let me talk about the other next level of retention which we have kind of unlocked in while I was working by Anatomy. So I'll talk about some of the like implementing features in your website that will help you kind of in your retention marketing, like implementing features like subscription, implementing features like cashback, implementing features like referral and quiz. I'll give you a brief about subscription, cashback, referral, and quiz. So basically, subscription is nothing but if you know that your product is gonna kind of people would want to use it every month, so you wanna implement subscription as a feature in your website or your app, so that people kind of subscribe and get them every month without doing anything. So, I mean, there are a lot of brands who kind of has not been able to kind of succeed in this subscription feature, but definitely you can definitely try it out. Cashback is something I'll cover in more detail because this is something we have kind of gotten successful with. So I'll talk about the implementing cashback as a feature in more detail. Referral is nothing but implementing a referral program in your website or your app so that people can refer for like rewards and incentive, and then you can incentivize them for next purchases. And fourth is quiz. Quiz is nothing but taking first party data from your users so that you can kind of segment users and personalize your communications. So let's dive into the cashback as a feature. So basically, instead of what we used to do earlier, we used to send discount campaigns, but then what we did, we kind of did away with discount campaigns and implemented cashback as a feature. Now, how? So basically, the idea was that people are kind of so we kind of use this hack called loss aversion marketing tactic, where people are kind of more affected when they're kind of losing anything. And then like if we are kind of telling them, if we are sending a user, hey, you get a 20% off on this product, people will be like, okay, theek hai, not, I don't care. But if we say that, hey, you have 300 points left in your wallet and it's going to expire today, people might react. If they want to purchase your product, they will definitely kind of have the fear that I might lose this 50 points, and let's use it. So this is what we try to do. So I'll just give you the whole plan as in what we used to do. So whenever people used to purchase from our website, we used to give them 20% cashback on all purchases by default. So this is basically a promotional strategy. We didn't do any like, and the wallet which made was definitely fictional. We didn't tie up with any bank partners as such. So what we did was for every purchase, we used to give them 20% cashback to all users, and we kind of named it Bear Cash, and we set it for 60, and we set the Bear Cash expiry for 60 days from the date of issue. And we kind of created communication around the cashback system, as in suppose if you bought a product and we kind of message them, hey, surprise for you, you got a 20% cashback on your product. Like suppose if they are kind of buying a 1500, if they're buying, I think a product for 1000 rupees, they're getting 200 rupees cashback. That means 200 rupees flat off on your next purchase. So this is what we kind of marketed the cashback feature as. And then we kind of used cashback as an excuse to remind users to kind of get back and purchase. As in, so suppose if you have kind of nudged the users 2 times, hey, you can reorder from us, but still people are not reordering from you. So what else can you do creatively to kind of nudge users to repurchase? So we used to send them cashback expiry reminders. Ki, hey, your cashback of 200 rupees is about to expire in 7 days. Do purchase it now before that expires. Then last day we used to send cashback expiry reminders. Hey, your cashback of 200 rupees or 300 rupees is expiring today. Purchase today from us, or you might lose out on the offer. And trust me, this has kind of helped us increase our repeat rate by almost 2x. I mean, we implemented this around 1.5 years back, and this has really helped us. Yeah. So and what we have seen is that the discount and the cashback campaigns perform really better than discount campaigns. I mean, it's better to give a cashback to users than to offer them discounts. So if you're running a lot of discount campaigns, you might consider implementing a cashback feature and running a cashback campaign as well. I mean, there are a lot of if you're on Shopify, there are a lot of apps that helps you achieve that, like Smiley.io, and there are a lot of Loyalty Lion is one of the apps that help you achieve that. So I mean, tech wise, it's not that hard.
Rohan, just a small question here. Can you hear me?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Could you also share a list of all the, these tools or apps that are available on Shopify for running cashback campaigns and, this Bear Cash type campaigns on the website? It'll be helpful if you could share a list of tools or apps in the end. That would be fine.
Sure. So right now I don't have a list. I just remember a few names, but I'd definitely love to connect with you after this call, and people who are interested in Shopify apps. and would love to kind of tell you as in what apps have worked for us and what has not on specific use cases.
Sure, that'd be helpful, Ron. Thank you so much.
So let's get into the important part, as in the all the things which I have told. How do you achieve that? So that can be achieved through obviously through tech. And how do you think about now? I'll tell you about how do you think about tech, as in so that you can implement the whole retention marketing thing in your website. So first you think about marketing automation as a tool, and then you think about channel notification tools. So when I speak about marketing automation tools, there are tools like Wixo, there are tools like WebEngage, CleverTap. So they kind of, what they do is that they collect data from the websites and present to you in a very coherent manner. Ki, hey, they kind of help you with the dashboards and everything, and they also help you with the marketing automations. And then there are channel notification tools like WhatsApp. So if you, by channel I mean WhatsApp, email, SMS. So there are a lot of channel notification vendors as well. Like you used to use Zoho. There are for WhatsApp there are Zoho, Wati, and AI Sensi. There are a lot of tools. In fact, there are a lot of channel notification tools that is doing marketing automation. Depending on your brand size, I mean, how much orders you are doing, are you doing, and how much, I mean, you have the tech bandwidth and everything, you should definitely choose the tools. There's no right and wrong answer, obviously, but this is how you should think about it. If you're a small brand, I would definitely suggest you a tool that contains both marketing automation as well as channel notification. If you're a big brand and kind of want more features, I would suggest you take marketing automation as a separate tool and then implement channel notification tools. I mean, there are a lot of marketing automation tools as well who are kind of providing channel notifications, but taking two separate tools kind of unlocks more features. I know this is something it's very vague for people who are new to this. I'd love to. I mean, it's very brand to brand, case to case. It varies. So I'd love to connect with you after this call offline, and we can discuss more about different types of tools and what's best for your business. I'll definitely be available for you. In fact, I'm making one such tool. If you would want to hear about it, I'd love to talk after the call. Okay, so let's talk about the next big thing that is coming in retention. And the next big thing that is coming in retention, I mean, it's right now, earlier, so the right now it is coming is community. If you are a brand who is kind of struggling with retention and everything, communities, you should definitely think about building a community. So I'll just clear some of the myths as in what is community and what is not. So if you're making a Facebook group, if you're making a Slack group, if you're making a WhatsApp group, so that is community where users can kind of interact with each other and they can grow together in your area, in the area which you are kind of providing products. What is not community? Instagram page is not your community. Facebook page is not your community. Email list is also to an extent not your community. So if you are kind of want to improve your retentions, you should start building a community. In fact, a lot of SaaS companies are trying to build a community. In fact, Arun is also trying to build a community of D2C marketers. And right now, community is the next big thing in retention. And if you want your users to stick to you for a long time, you should start building community, and you should start providing valuable content to that community. As in, I'll give an example of community that is run by Man Matters. That is Matters of Man. In fact, I found it today only. It's a Facebook group, and that helps men with a lot of issues. That's like a support group for men. So you should definitely think of making a community. It can be in WhatsApp, not a problem. I mean, people nowadays, they don't have problem being in a WhatsApp group if that provides you value. And in fact, I am also in a lot of community WhatsApp group. So that's not a problem if you're making a community in WhatsApp group, but you should start engaging more and more with your users, and that can be only achieved through community. If you're a big brand, I would definitely suggest you hire a dedicated community manager, and who is passionate about the products as you are, and they can kind of provide valuable content to your community. Now, for a B2C business or a D2C brand, it's not feasible to make a Slack group. You can definitely experiment with Facebook group. I don't know if you have an audience who is like above 30, a Facebook group can be a good start. But if you have an audience like who is 19 to 20, I don't think that you can try Discord groups and anything, but you should definitely start thinking about building a community around your product. So this is the next big thing that is going on in retention, and a lot of brands have started doing it. And I think in the next 1 year, you will hear a lot of D2C brands starting and marketing their own community. Cool. So this is what I had in my plate, and this is what I wanted to talk about. I really enjoyed talking to you guys, and really excited for the questions that will come, and want to discuss more about it. So yeah, I'm open to questions.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Rohan. I mean, a lot of elements that you talked about, I couldn't visualize because I personally have not focused so much on retention marketing, at least till date, if I look back, right? Probably. Guys, you can have your questions now with Rohan. Before that, I'll quickly take 2 minutes. And Rohan, thanks a lot for talking about community. So ultimately, yes, as Rohan said, I've been trying to build a community of D2C marketers and D2C founders, technically. The agenda of me trying to build one such community is, instead of being in a part of community where people try to sell the product or people try to sell the service that they are offering, here we are trying to learn from fellow folks. Just like how we have Rohan here talking about retention marketing from his experience, we are running a community of D2C marketers and founders, and we are like around a 60+ marketer community who are only from D2C brands. And in case if you would like to also be a part of that community, exchange ideas, feel free to ping me. I'm going to add my number in the chat section. And Rohan, I'm leaving the stage to you guys. If you want to ask or clarify anything with Rohan, you can either type the message or you can hand raise and ask Rohan the question directly. Over to you guys.
Sure. I definitely love to connect with you, every one of you, after this call, and I'd love to have a chat with you, as in what you are doing as a D2C brand, and how can tech help you, achieve, create marketing efficiencies for you. Meanwhile, I'll start with the questions that are posted in the chat. So I think the first question I'm kind of able to see is, any Shopify app you would like to recommend for cashback campaigns? One of the apps what I can think of is Smile.io, but I'll go as in, what if there is any new app or which is more suitable for your brand. I would definitely love to have more chat with you, Amit, and discuss that with you. What channels are best suited for community building? So there are no right and wrong answers for channels, actually. So a lot of people build communities on WhatsApp. A lot of people build communities on Slack. A lot of try to build communities on Twitter. Twitter has also actually a community building feature. A lot of people try to do on Facebook groups. It depends on where most of your users are. I mean, you need to So basically, if you think of like a SaaS company who is trying to cater, and let's not talk about SaaS company. Let's talk about DTC company only. A direct to consumer company who is kind of targeting women who are between the age of 45 to 50, or I mean older age women who are housewives. Building a WhatsApp community for them will be best. If you're kind of building a community for if you have an audience outside and people and who are working professionals, you can build a Slack community for them. So I think channel is something depends on brand to brand, and you need to check as in which channel is best for you. And to be honest, I'm also a beginner in building community, so I might not be the right person to kind of answer which channel is best for me. Any brand that you have come across which was small when they started a community but now has grown big because of community? So I think Man Matters, I'll take an example of Man Matters, who have a 10K plus communities in Facebook group. Right now, I know a lot of SaaS companies which have kind of did a very good job with community, but in D2C, I don't know any name apart from Man Matters. Whole Truth, yeah, the Whole Truth is a very good example. I don't know where they are running their community, but I'm definitely they do a lot of their marketing is on point. I mean, that's one of my favorite great brands I've seen in D2C space.
Rohan, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a website based on Shopify. So
Hmm.
apart from Shopify analytics tool, so
Hmm.
where can I actually get to know like what is my repeat percentage month on month?
I mean, Lifetimely is a very good tool which used to
Can you
uh,
please name it again? Lifetimely.
Lifetimely. Yeah. It's a Shopify app. We used
Okay,
to kind of use Lifetimely for measuring our all cohort data and repeat rates and LTV. So it's
okay,
a Shopify app. You can install it. Yeah.
okay. This was number one. Number two is with all the attention marketing strategies implemented on one D2C brand, what is the highest repeat rate that you have seen in any brand month on month basis?
So I mean, since
If you can take food as a category, because I'm into that, number one, and number two, I'm sure food has a lot of repeat buying involved.
right, right. So I mean, since I've kind of worked in one brand, so I
Okay,
can tell you about hair care, but I'm definitely talking to a lot of D2C store owners nowadays, and I would definitely, I mean, for food, I don't know the numbers, but in beauty and personal care space, I can definitely say that the repeat rate has gone up for us. Like earlier, it was 20% month on month, but then it went to kind of 35% month on month. In food, I
okay,
think Saurav has seen around 60%. I mean,
60% repeat.
Saurav is the
Okay,
right guy to kind of go to because he has a lot of data of all the brands since he,
right.
uh,
He's the VP of
Always
Retail.
there
Yes,
to
I
help.
did check
Always
his
there to
job.
help.
Okay,
Any issue at all.
right.
Whenever you need, just reach out to me.
I mean, but there are a lot of marketing campaigns which I can think of in terms of food category while I was researching for some of the sale campaigns. Like you can run a pantry sale or PED sale every month to kind of boost up your repeat purchases. But would love to understand your brand better and talk about it after this call.
got it. Thank you.
All right, Rohan, I have a question. You were showing you were initially showing a chart, right, where order placed and post order placed, you showed efficacy on how to use the product, followed by order delivered 15 days after using the product. And so basically, this flow looks like a drip setup to me. In the sense, when we do set up drip campaigns, right? If the condition is A, do this. If the condition is B, do this. If the condition is yes, after 2 days, do this. This sort of setup, I could see. I mean, I personally seen when I used to set up the drip email campaigns.
Right.
Is the flow in once? I'm not sure with whatever the tools that you've suggested. I've never personally tried. Is it just trying to visualize how the setup mechanism looks like? Is it similar to a tool that we set up using a CRM or stuff like that, or it's a different ballgame?
I mean, no. So the tools, which I mean, the marketing automation tools are very intuitive and easy. Actually, it's a flowchart kind of thing. You just drag and drop different types of elements, and you just create a logical flow. And this kind of feature is available in all the marketing automation tools. So I mean, it's not a very big thing to kind of set up marketing automation tools. And initially, brands might need some level of help to kind of set up, and that kind of support and help is provided by the tool support, like to the tool people only. So
Okay,
that's not a very big challenge, yeah. And I
okay,
think the whole flowchart dashboard is very intuitive to use for any marketing automation tool.
understood. There you have mentioned. I mean, just sorry to cut you. There you have mentioned two use cases. Right? Let's say you are asking for a review. If it's positive, fair enough. Track it and publish it in the website or use it as a testimonial across your ads. Awesome. If it's negative, you used to route the negative review to the customer
Customer
support
support.
team, clarify things. How does it even come under this drip setup? Because either you set up an email right, either you shoot an email right there, or you send a WhatsApp text right there. I was in a position to visualize that,
Hmm.
but sending the particular review as a ticket to a customer, I mean, as a ticket to a person, and then asking him or her to solve the particular issue, I couldn't visualize. How do you generally do that?
So generally, suppose if we are kind of like if so we used to operate in the Shopify view app. Sorry. So we used to kind of also work in Shopify, and there are a lot of review tools in Shopify. Like we used to use Judge.me, and for every review data, what we used to collect in Judge.me, we used to send it to our marketing automation tool called WebEngage. And suppose if you are collecting reviews from WhatsApp, or if you are collecting reviews from email, so we kind of set up a system where we used to collect reviews from WhatsApp as well. And once Judge.me gets the review data, and it gets passed on to WebEngage, there was a automation flow that was set up. If the review is if the review is less than 3, we kind of called an API which kind of created a ticket in the customer support dashboard, and they used to kind of follow up with them over call or email or over call or WhatsApp. And we had kind of a 4-member customer support team dedicated for WhatsApp. So they used to check every WhatsApp messaging that was going on, and anywhere there is something wrong or customers are like telling this is not right, that is not right, they used to take up chat from there itself.
Cool, Rohan. Thanks a lot. That really helps. Guys, do you have any other questions?
I can see one question. Can you list out a few tips to help brands land their emails in inbox rather than spam or junk? What works better in email, creatives or text, or a good mix of both? So I think text works really good for emails, to be honest, than creatives. But text, they have a lower click rate, I have seen. And landing the emails in the primary inbox, so you'll have to do a lot of things like domain warm up and everything. And if you're an Indian brand, I'd suggest you to focus more on WhatsApp marketing than on email marketing, because that is what, like, email as a channel, we in Brand Anatomy also, we were not able to get a lot of performance from email. I'm yet to see a brand who is doing a lot a very good performance in email. But WhatsApp used to work very good for us, and used to kind of focus heavily on WhatsApp. If you're using Klaviyo as an email tool, then I have seen the performance increase because their domain reputations are very high, and their emails are kind of land on inbox. But yeah, if you're using any other tool, there are a lot of things like domain reputation and subject line and all that filtering and everything. For email, there was no frequency. For WhatsApp, we used to send campaigns one campaign a month. And if a user is kind of interacting with the website, then if you have added the product to the cart, then you used to send WhatsApp cart reminders. So for that, there was no limit. But for sending promotional messages, we used to keep it at 1 promotional message a month. If we are doing more than that, then our account quality used to get reduced.
Awesome. Guys, if you have any other questions, probably let's address it. If not, let's close the session.
Hi Rohan, Aman this side. Like, just to follow up of that previous question. So, did you ever try out sending more messages on WhatsApp, and did you see any opt-out rates to increase or something? Because I have seen people actually sending out one or two WhatsApp messages per week. Like, that has been the ideal frequency for many brands in D2C. Any insights from you?
Yeah. If you're sending 1 or 2 WhatsApp messages a week now, so the account quality actually takes a hit, and we have seen our tiers. There's a tier, like you can send 10,000 messages a day or 1 lakh messages a day. Our tiers getting downgraded because of sending more promotional messages. So I'd suggest you to keep at least, at max 1 to 2 messages a month. Because if a brand is doing 1 to 2 messages a week, then definitely their reputation is like that WhatsApp account reputation is going down, and soon they'll be like banned by WhatsApp for sending notifications. Because
so was that one message that you were sending? Was that plain offer kind of a message, like where you do a sale or something like that?
Yeah, so it was a sale. So generally, D2C, if we are sending a WhatsApp notification, that has to be a sale campaign notification, because if you're not sending a sale campaign notification, then what's the use? If you're not incentivizing users for a purchase through a sale, then there's no point sending a promotional message. So yeah, so that
Okay.
was for sale. We used to run sale once a month, and that was for sale.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much.
How active were you in the SMS channel? So we were not that active on the SMS channel, mainly because it was not that. I mean, SMS as a channel was not that performing for us, and used to operationally it was a nightmare because for one SMS content to approve, you used to kind of go to DLT, get approved from DLT, then you used to map the SMS message in the like our with the SMS vendor, and then you used to then we had to send the SMS. So operationally, it was very challenging for us to send SMS, and the performance was also not that good. So we were not very active on SMS. Mostly the SMS messages were mostly around 2 to 3 automated messages were there. One was for OTP login, and one was for cashback expiry. And we didn't really see any good performance from SMS as a channel.
Hi Rohan, I have one question. The email frequency for the same product.
Email frequency. I mean, so it depends on if you're tracking your sender reputation, and if your sender reputation is very good, then definitely you can send as many emails as you can. But if you're just starting up and your sender reputation is not that good, I'd suggest take a kind of break on email, sending more and more emails. And email is something, I mean, if it's working well for you, if suppose the open rates are kind of good, and if it's performing for you, then you take the email as a channel seriously. Else you can kind of focus on the WhatsApp marketing channel only. Because we have seen there have been times where we have sent a lot of emails and the performance was not that good in the email. Primarily because open rates were also not that high, and people in India generally they don't open email as much as they open WhatsApp. So that is one thing.
Okay, thank you.
From a brand, sales messages are not very well perceived from customers. They love collection or new design message. Yeah, I mean, like definitely. I mean, if like since if you're a brand who is kind of doing a lot of product launches, or if your inventory is kind of changing every month, then then I think new product launches and new collection messages are better than discount messages. For like, there are not a lot of brands who are doing kind of launching products every month. So if you're a brand who is kind of launching products every month, or whose inventory is getting changed every month, then new collection messages or new design messages are a great way to kind of engage with the customers. I think it's you must be an apparel brand, so or into the fashion and accessories category. So for apparel and fashion accessory categories, that's a very good way to re-engage. Oh, okay, got it.
Okay, cool. I think awesome. Thanks a lot, Rohan. Thanks a lot for this session. Thanks a lot, attendees, for kind of being patient and staying with us till the last. So we'll probably have another 1 or 2 sessions coming soon. I'll keep you guys posted in the community. In case if you guys want to be a part of the community, feel free to text me. I've given the number in the chat box. And we'll close this session for today. Thanks a lot for the KT, Rohan. That really helps. Thanks a lot, folks, for being a part of this session today. I'll see you guys on another session.